Hello and welcome to another walkthrough video continuation of the Barbarian 28-point build free-to-play walkthrough. Now, last we left off, we had just completed Korthos Island on easy, or normal, whichever you prefer. And we did not do Korthos Island, or we did not finish the entirety of Korthos Island because we have not done Misery Peaks yet. However, on this run-through, we will be doing Misery's Peak on normal at the end of this video. For now, though, we will begin by retaking Heyton's Rest and redoing the beginning missions, but this time on hard instead of normal.
Coming from deep in the crypt, you hear the strange and unsettling echoes that Kaya spoke of. And strange. Sarcophagi line the walls, but they're broken open and empty. Where did the bodies go? What were those cultists up to? This bears more investigation. A treasure chest glimmers in the dark passage here.
So, things I already forgot to do was use my boots to get increased run speed. I'll be using that as soon as my rage wears off. Once again, don't forget to grab the crests every time you break one of the altars.
As you slay these foul cultists, take care to keep your own house.
So, now on top of keeping your rage up whenever you can, you'll also be trying to keep up your expeditious retreat, that way you can run a little bit faster.
There's another Sahuagin. It croaks. Red wolf Heyton. Another crest drops out as you smash the altar. There might still be other altars elsewhere in this crypt.
So the reason that we don't do Misery's Peak immediately is because the beginning missions here on hard are actually easier than Misery's Peak on normal. So we can get to level 3 before even doing Misery's Peak, making our lives a lot easier when we get to Misery's Peak.
This chamber is an evil devourer altar. A simple ornament. When the altar collapses, a third crest appears. It glows with cold magic. A chest. Its acid sprays out of the wall as the gate slams shut.
Ah, sweet. A helmet of accuracy. Making my chance to hit better. note how this is a competence bonus to attack rolls, and this is also a competence bonus, so they don't stack. So as soon as I can, I will be replacing those goggles with something else. That way I don't have stacking effects.
A magical barrier blocks the way, and behind it, another Sahuagin performs unholy rituals you fit the last crest in place, and the magic shield dissipates.
Once again, at this point, I'm going to focus on the big Necromancer. That way you can complete the optional objective.
Saved Korthos and brought the Sahuagin's fell scheme to naught. The treasure chest in the antechamber is now yours.
And so on top of getting better gear from running them on hard, you also gain increased favor, which will in turn give you more DDO points to buy adventure packs and the like.
Dust and mold fill this ill-prepared storehouse. You can hear the telltale skittering of wind nearby. This appears to be the main story. It seems that
Once again, I did that in the wrong order. Supposed to, as soon as you get in, Expeditious Retreat. I promise I will get better at that.
a large silver key falls out of the crate. A Sahuagin emerges from a hidden passage, demanding.
And again, once you pick up the key, the boss will pop out. However, he shouldn't be anything you can't handle. Almost left a potion to cure light wounds. I'll blame the lag.
The door swings open. It appears that the floor in this room can be moved and rotated.
Oh boy, I'm just batting 100. Forgot to turn on power attack. Once again, you just want to line up the tiles in the proper way, such that you can get the blue energy line to flow to all of the runes. And then you can just run towards the exit. And run over there and take your whichever belt you want. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so next we'll be repeating Baldar the Bolts on hard again.
Ahead is the cellar where the Cannith Crystal is hidden. You can feel the life-saving heat emanating from the magic crystal Baldar spoke of. But from the shadows approach those who would doom Korthos by destroying it.
It'll be a little bit easier than the first time you do it because, number one, you'll be more familiar with it, and number two is you'll have the increased movement speed boots, so you'll be able to get back to the crystal to protect it in a faster manner after killing the spellcasters. And you'll have more rage. Oh, I forgot about this guy. Unnamed will occasionally spawn, very rare, probably like 1 in 10, 1 in 20, run-throughs of the mission where he'll spawn, and if you get him, you get a nice free chest. Once again, the last guy will spawn over there in that corner. Yep. Nice, quick, and easy. Now this time's a little bit different in what you'll take. You'll take the Bracers of Assistance. And it's important that you pick up all the free clickies that you can. I like to have my actual gear on the alt. I hotkeyed my my hotbars quite extensively. I prefer having my gear that I'm wearing above my buff gear, but it doesn't matter exactly the order that you place them in. So now we've done all three of those. just like in this, when you're going through the normal storyline, we go through back to the tavern to accept Sigmund's mission again. This time on hard. And you want to buff yourself once he gets in here.
Your waiting bears fruit. This must be the Collaborator.
Make sure you use your clickies before you rage. Because you can't use your clickies while you're enraged. But because of the Bracers of Assistance, you get plus 10 temporary hit points and plus 1 to hit. And that does stack with everything else, I believe, because we don't have, as a Barbarian, a morale bonus. Yep, a morale bonus to hit. Stalwart defense, chest behind the bar. A hand axe. Just what I need. Since I am too enraged, I'm just going to click on the disguised lever instead of trying to search for it. Double strike chance is going to be very nice at higher levels. However, a +1 to double strike chance is not really that great. I think it equates to a 2% chance. I could double check that. But overall, it's not really worth losing 5 hit points over. We will be replacing the belt shortly once we get a good item. However, at this point, I don't think +1 to double strike chance is worth it. Obviously, you can weigh in and wear whatever you want, but that's just my suggestion. It doesn't really matter what you take from the reward for that. So then once you're out here, once again you're going to take just like earlier when we were doing it on normal, you're going to take the missions from the Mayor, Handsome Wilm over here, and Ursa. And then we will go out into the Korthos Island. And before we run all the way out there, make sure to talk to Ingram, and grab the Misery's Peak mission, because we'll be doing it a bit later. If you don't already have a helmet, then it's up to you what you want to take. I normally take the straw hat just because it looks cool. And while I'm on the topic, to turn on your headpiece, you can just go to your inventory, and this will turn on cosmetic armor. I don't have any cosmetic armor. This will toggle your helmet, goggles, or nothing. I'll toggle on my helmet. Looks silly. My helmet looks really silly. I don't know if I can deal with that. No, I want to see his sexy eye patch. Then once you have the mission, hop in on hard.
The air grows damp and fetid as the ancient tunnel descends.
You can use your clickies right at the entrance, or use them as you run through the mission like I do. Just don't forget to equip your actual gear too after you use the clicky.
The tunnel splits here. Which way to the giantish device? You hear ratcheting. The sound of distant snoring warns you that you are not alone here. If you're careful, you may be able to take But what are they guarding? The extravagant gong in this room looks capable of ear-shattering noise. With the gong's reverberations, you hear a slight rumble from the library.
Gotta ring it twice.
Strike of the gong produces
Then you can run off into the pit, or into the watering hole, I guess. And then again, the southern portion has the hole where we'll be swimming through. This time I'll be trying to bait the giant spider down. That way I don't have to jump through the cold spray, the ice spray there, because it'll do more and more damage as we increase the difficulty. See, these were the boots that I was looking for last time, because they give Expeditious Retreat, but you eventually replace them with the boots that I'm currently wearing. Let's see if I can bait him down. That's close enough. So, whether or not you get hit by the ice trap, as long as you don't stand in it, you shouldn't die getting over here, at least on hard. On elite, it can happen, and it sucks when it does happen. Once again, do the puzzle, and then complete out.
Guaranteeing steam billows from the hidden entrance to an underground complex.
I'm going to use a expeditious retreat charge because I like to run fast. Basically, when I go through the wilderness area, I skip over most of the explorers. Maybe I go in and kill some a few times, but overall I just run around trying to get to the rare encounter spots to see if the rare encounter is spawned, and it looks like he is up there.
The Sahuagin
Hooray! See, there is a named up here.
citizens from this overlook.
As soon as you are ready to level, like I am right now, you can feel free to recall and go and level before continuing to do the missions in here, and come out later and do them. However, there's no penalty or advantage to doing them later or now. I'm just going to do them now because I don't feel like recalling back and coming back through to do these missions, because I'll be coming out here again to do them on Elite. By holding level, you don't lose any EXP until you are 1 EXP away from 2 levels above. So for example, if I had enough EXP to level up to 4th level, for example, it would stop giving me EXP once I reach 1 experience point away from 4th level. So you can't sit on 2nd level and get all the way up to level 20 by spamming the same low-level missions over and over, even though that would take forever. And on top of that, there's no real point in holding levels early on as a free-to-play until third level is when you start holding, so next level. And I will explain holding level more once I get there.
Old sewer grate leads to an old abandoned Cannith manufactory. You enter one of the laboratories where
So cast Expeditious Retreat on yourself, and then your Aid and Bless. I probably should have rested before coming in here, but I think I'll be fine. Once again, you just search for the secret doors for the valves. That turns off the poison spray coming out of the walls. If you're a rogue, you can find the trap parts to disable that, trap mechanisms to disable that, the blade traps, but I am not a rogue.
magical barrier humming with compressor resolutely looks you. You hope you can find a way to save it.
See there, I took 12 points of damage because I was impatient and didn't wait for the ice sprays to finish. And I almost forgot to equip my Spearbane bracers back on.
Oh no, the Sahuagin found me.
Suddenly the air shimmers with devourer magic. The Sahuagin have followed you in and are attacking.
They wouldn't have sent so few after me. Stay alert. The Sahuagin are still blocking our escape. Watch for more attacks. Sahuagin scum! Keep coming! I won't die that easily. Now you see what I have to deal with. Once the Sahuagin get your scent, they won't stop until you're dead. We might actually get through this. Just hold for a little longer. The Sahuagin magic is gone. We beat them off. This time.
Heyton looks weary after surviving this latest attack. Perhaps
Go now.
you should talk
Tell
to him
Ursa to
again.
hold the barricade just a little longer. Then meet Amalgam at the base of Misery's Peak when you're ready.
With Heyton finally persuaded to help, the decrepit catacombs are slightly obscured. You enter a musty hall, heavy with silence and the weight of dark stone. All of a sudden, the sense of rot and decay assail your nostrils. Something in the corner, you see the glint of
Some bats may spawn
door slides open.
once you pull the last two levers there. As you increase in difficulty, there will be slightly more mobs. Like the first time I ran through this, there were only 2 skeletons that I had to deal with in this mob, and now there's 4. The number continues to slightly increase as you increase in difficulty. Totally not raging, and I should have been. at me, Drexelhand.
Jacoby Drexelhand stands before you, not alive, but not quite dead. Cat as he swears vengeance.
I've fallen over and I can't get up.
Drexelhand spits a curse and swears to return again before collapsing in a heap of bones. You take the cell key from his remains.
And once again, because I have no lockpicking skills, just recall FD talk to her. And then onwards to the last mission.
By the falling water. This entrance leads down into an ancient Cannith aqueduct. Resilient spider webs block your path. They don't look capable of withstanding blows from your weapon.
If you do happen to be a ranger, or plan on making a ranger, it is a good thing to note that smashable doors, such as the one that I just busted through, and the webs cannot be broken with a bow. You have to have a melee weapon in order to break through them. Once again, if you can, jump across the... Oops, almost missed it. Jump across here to get to the skeletal arcane skeleton and kill him for a little bit of bonus EXP and a chest. Remember to stick to the right for that one so you don't get hit by the traps.
You have reached the Your own instinctive cry for help.
I'm pretty sure, yeah, the HP does not stack from the ring and the belt, because they're both false life. So this ring doesn't really help me except for the balance 4, which will help me stand up faster when I get knocked down. So bottom line with that one is easily replaceable, much like the water breathing ring.
The last imprisoned villager grasps your outstretched hand, rising and running for free.
There is a maximum EXP value for all three of these, or all four of these topics. It'll be this color with 2 stars, just like it has here. That's the maximum EXP bonus that can be awarded from that specific event. Alright, and now I'm going to recall and go level up to 3rd level. I'm going to grab the Curative Cloak. That way I have constant Cure Light Wounds if I absolutely need it. And then I'm going to grab the Blessed Goggles from Handsome Wilm. And then from the Mare, I'm going to grab the Protector's Gloves for an additional DR1. The Bless effects from the Bracers of Enchantment, or Bracers of Assistance, won't stack. However, the Bracers of Assistance only lasts for 3 minutes, where the Bless from the Blessed Goggles lasts for 5 minutes, which is why I take them. Oh, and I forgot to do my action points recently. Well, I'll do them after I level up, because 3rd level changes a few things, and I might wind up respecking, or maybe not. For a 3rd level feat, I'm going to take Cleave, getting our first AoE attack. And don't forget to go into your feats and drag and drop Cleave into your hotbar. Next, we're going to spend some action points. And I am going to reset my tree. Like I said, it's pretty inexpensive to reset them. So the reason that I'm resetting it is to get Barbarian Power Attack, max it, and then 1 point there, Pain Touch for Healing Amp, and then I Like Pain. Along with... we'll grab another rank of this, that way we can get a 2nd rank of I Like Pain for a small chance to gain 100 temporary hit points, which is absolutely amazing for a Barbarian that focuses on having a bunch of hit points. So now my damage goes up a huge amount from leveling up and getting Barbarian Power Attack and getting Pain Touch. Gigantic boost. I lose a lot of rage. Can't quite rage as often. However, my non-raging damage has leaped a huge amount. So, double check that you've done all the missions that are level 1 on hard. And then we go out to do Misery's Peak. And while we're running past this guy, you can turn this in, because we'll be accepting it later in the next video. But, as you can see right there, my damage easily jumped 20 points on a crit, just from changing around a couple of things and getting Barbarian Power Attack. And from Cleave, you get to be able to do this fun stuff. Yeah. So, from Barbarian Power Attack, your average damage shoots up 3 to 6 points, and from Cleave you get a nasty AoE attack that deals quite a lot of damage. And so now we can basically cakewalk through Misery's Peak on normal. Run up to Amalgam, talk to him. Have a rat glitch out on you. Reset its aggro range. And you run up to Misery's Peak and you wind up completing the 12th discovery.
A bone-chilling breeze emanates from the
And
mouth
enter.
of Misery's Peak.
You can very well feel free to, visit the spawn areas of the rare encounters.
You're here. Come, there isn't much time. Selimus, ready your party. I'll weaken the barrier for you.
Ready! Charge!
Good. Now to clear your path.
Heyton clears the passageway for you. Now to find this quarry mine sunder artifact.
So now we're 3rd level. Prepare to easily cakewalk through Misery's Peak, one-shotting things very frequently. Your focus as a Barbarian should be for targets is Spellcasters #1. That is your gun it for them as fast as you possibly can, because they are the ones who will cause you the most harm. Then secondary, you aim for Rangers, because you're not a Ranger, so you want to run up there and kill the Rangers. And while you're running towards the caster types and pew-pewies, you just want to swing your weapon periodically just as you're going towards them. That way you clip any sort of meleers on the way and can possibly one-shot them and clear up the mob a bit. So this is the path that I take to do Misery's Peak. I find it the easiest and the fastest with the least amount of backtracking. Make sure to step on the little pedestal things, that way you can unblock or rather disintegrate the barrier blocking the levers. You do have to step on them. Once again, if you see like starter pots, pick them up, because there'll be times when you'll definitely want them, especially when we go to do these all on, or not this one specifically, but the level 1 missions on Elite. You'll definitely want healing pots for that.
The second signal crystal activated. You hear the stone door at the base of the cavern rolling open.
Because if you wind up standing on a trap or accidentally getting clipped by a trap, it will easily take 40 to 50 hit points down. Up here is the named spider Frostbite, who just webbed me before I could. But pretty easy fight. This is where I normally take my first nap, because at this point my Expeditious Retreat's about to wear off, my Bless is about to wear off. Some spiders might attack you like they just did me, but it's pretty easy to clear. And so this is where we'll first use our Featherfall item. Make sure to equip it, and then use its appropriate hotkey. And then use it, that way you can fall harmlessly down. And using your buffs, your clickies as you go, when their cooldowns go.
Chills run down your spine as you finally come face to face with a dragon that has been terrorizing Korthos. Even at rest, it is a truly awesome beast. The door at the rear of the cavern falls open. Cultists attracted by the roar of combat rush out to confront you.
So now I'm just saving my rages for specific battles that I know is coming up, since now, because of the respec, have a lot less rage. In fact, just one per rest. That's only temporary. Soon I'll get back to a higher number of rages and stay raged throughout the entire mission. However, I think that the drop in number of rages is well worth the bonuses that you wind up getting from the Ravager tree at this level.
The ground quavers, and you look down to see a tunnel beneath the ice. The dragon roars as it thunders after Cannith.
I go up to the left first because there's a rest shrine in the rightmost area. So I like starting off at this side, because then I use the rest shrine on the other side before I featherfall down.
As you engage the first control lever. But where is the second?
Like I said earlier, this is where I take my second rest for Featherfall and my charges back on my clickies. when it comes to multiple enemies because of cleave. Such a low cooldown, you basically want to be spamming it. Whenever there's more than 2 enemies, 1 or 2 enemies, just spamming cleave as often as possible. Heck, even on big single target mobs you want to be using cleave, because if you crit with a cleave, you're doing a lot more damage.
Of psychic energy pound into you as you spot a green crystal on the ledge ahead. At last, this must be the hoary Mind Sunder. The Mind Flayer locked in a contest of wills. This could be your chance to destroy the Mind Sunder. The Mind Flayer shrieks as it loses the Mind Sunder's power. The dragon reasserts its will and looks very annoyed.
Follow me. Heyton wants a word with you. Here, take this pot.
And like magic, the snows...
So this reward here you can only receive once. No matter how many times you run Misery's Peak, you can only get this once. So make sure that you pick the item that completes a set that you want. Since I have Anger's Boots, I'm going to go with Anger's Wrath for a +2 to hit and +1 to my strength. And now I'm going to grab that temporary +100 to health because I think that is the best choice for right now. And that concludes Korthos Island on hard, along with Misery's Peak on normal. The next video will be covering Korthos Island on Elite, which will be doing all the level 1 missions on Elite, and Misery's Peak on hard, and then we will be done with Misery's Peak and move on to Stormreach. See you there.